Welcome to the Full Court Entertainment Podcast. I'm Sheldon Moore, and I'm just going to be reacting to game one of the Boston Celtics and the Indiana Pacers. So, yesterday, I had the Boston Celtics winning. I had Boston Celtics winning in 6 games. I think the Pacers, like, their offense is they got a fast paced offense, really high power. They can really score with anybody. If we're being honest, they can shoot. They can get to the rack. Tyrese Halliburton, he's gonna play. He's been playing good. Miles Turner, Pascal Siakam, T.J. McConnell, Obi Toppin off the bench, Andrew Nemhart, Nee Smith. They all been playing good. But yesterday, um, I want like on the Pacers side, Miles Turner came out very aggressive in the first half. He was their best player in the first half. Was able to shoot off when they did pick and roll with the mid range, with the shooting the three, was attacking the rim. When he had like Luke Cornett on him, he was attacking the rim at a very good rate. Andrew Nemhart, he was playing good too. He hit some good jump shots. Same with Aaron Neesmith. Aaron Neesmith played some really good defense. And Pascal Siakam, he played really good too. He was able to get to his spot on the mid range. He always does a little mid range pull up jump shot from about 15 feet. He did good on that. Tyrese Halliburton, he did. He's been doing the same. He's been doing it all playoffs. He had a good game. He hit like three threes. Was still able to get players involved. He had 10 assists. And T.J. McConnell and Obi Toppin coming off the bench. Obi Toppin in the first half, he played really good. But those two bench guys coming off the bench, they've been playing really good. And you gotta give them credit. But let's be honest, the Pacers kind of you could say they choked this. You could say they choked this game. They they should have probably won. All you got to do really is inbound the ball. You got to inbound. You really got to inbound the ball. But before that, let me just go on the Celtics. Then I'll get to that. So the Celtics. I feel like they played kind of Celtics basketball. They played good. Defense was really good. Jason Tatum, he played good like the entire game. He played really good in the third quarter and in overtime too. People ain't gonna give him his credit for that, but that's neither here or there. Jalen Brown, he played good. Derek White, Derek White has been on and off this play the last like series and last game and so, but he's still giving you production, shooting threes, playing good defense. Drew Holiday had 28 points. I was not expecting a signature Drew Holiday scoring game. I'm gonna just be honest. I was not expecting that. I really wasn't expecting that. And Al Horford's like 37, but he's still gonna give you good production. Their bench really wasn't a factor in this game. Peyton Pritchard, he did give you 8 points, but it was really the starters that really gave them all the points. So I'm giving them credit on that. But the Pacers, you can say they choked this game. All they had to do was inbound the ball. Tyrese Halliburton, he comes down the court. Like I was watching the broadcasts and like people on like ESPN, so they was like, "Why are you speeding it up?" Because they're gonna have to foul you. Exact like he didn't have to do all that. All he had to do was, dribble up the court. They're gonna try and double team. They're gonna try and get the steal first, and then foul you. No, he tries to speed up to the court, loses the ball, and that's a turnover. You giving it right back to the Celtics. And then I think the Celtics missed Jason Tatum. I still don't know why he hit that turnaround jump shot after he got the rebound off Miles Turner. He got the rebound, he backs out and literally shoots. He could have backed it out all the way to the three. But I don't know why he did that. And even before that shot, I don't know. Jalen Brown loses the ball. No one talks about that. He lost the ball. And then Derek White, I think they got to stop. Derek White comes down the court and tries to hit a transition three and gets blocked by Tyrese Halliburton. In my head, I'm like, what are you doing? Like, I don't get what you're trying to do. That just was a bad shot. Like, that is a legit bad shot. Then the Pacers, they had a time to inbound the ball again. Jaylen Brown, they play good defense. Andrew Nembhard inbounds the ball. He throws a bad pass. Jaylen Brown plays good defense. Pascal Siakam couldn't handle the ball. Celtics get the ball back. It's like y'all just having bad turnovers, and it's like y'all could have avoided all that. No, but this is an inexperienced team getting to an ECF. Then Jaylen Brown hits a three. Now people are saying, why didn't Pascal foul? He should have fouled the jump shooter. Well, I mean, he doesn't want to take the risk of like that, because if he does foul him, what if it does go in? Then it's a 4-point play, and then the game is over. But I mean, if you have a chance of fouling, I do say go foul. I do say that. Jaylen Brown hits an amazing a clutch shot. Jason Tatum, and then on the other hand, Jason Tatum comes down the court. He stops Tyrese Halliburton. They go in overtime. Now overtime, nobody don't want to speak of this though. Jason Tatum scored 10 points. He scored 10 points in that overtime. Now, I will say this. Aaron Nesmith not fouling out in that overtime, I do think that hurt, because he was doing a decent job of making Tatum worth his points. He was doing a decent job. He fouls out. Now Rick Carlisle's rolling with a 3-guard lineup. Like, I get why TJ McCollum's on the floor. He plays good defense, even though he's undersized, but he can't really shoot. So I'm really not worried about him shooting. So I'm not worried about him. Jason Tatum, he gets past Andrew Nembhard, gets an and one because TJ McCollum grabs his arm. Then he hits a clutch three. So it's like I'm seeing all this Jason Tatum slander. Like, he played pretty good yesterday. He was a plus 20 when he was on the court. And no one's going to talk about when they was up by 13 points. They was up by 13 points when Jason Tatum was in the game. The minute he comes out the game, they're only down by 1 now. It's like, I don't get it. But it's just a thing about with the Boston Celtics. Like, if they win but don't dominate, it's a problem. It's like, why are you not dominating? You are the Boston Celtics. But if they lose, it's like, how can you lose to a team like this? Like, we gotta stop doing that, picking and choosing when to slander people and just slander a team. Celtics play, I'm not gonna say they played perfect or great basketball, but in the playoffs, you gotta, at this point, we'll take anything. We'll take a win. If it's a grind out win, people was talking about the Celtics haven't faced adversity yet. Well, they did yesterday, and they came out with a win. And Jason Tatum had a terrible fourth quarter. I think he went 2 for 10, like, from the field in the fourth quarter. Yes, he played bad, but he made it up. He made it up by scoring 10 points in overtime. He basically had more points than the whole Pacers team in total. So give the man some slack. I'm just so confused. Like, what's with the slander? But the thing is, I was watching the game, and every time they got Al Horford in the pick and roll, I was like, Jesus Christ. Because if anybody watched the Celtics against the Cavs, Darius Garland, every time they did a pick and roll and he had Al Horford on him one-on-one, it was macaroni and cheese, yams, cabbage. It was all of that. Al Horford, it's like you can't really take him off the court, but sometimes you might have to, because he can't guard none of these guys when it's a one-on-one situation. He just can't. But you need him on the court because you need somebody to handle Al Horford. Now, they did play Jason Tatum at the 5 for some minutes, and it was actually pretty good. But I don't want Jason Tatum having to play the 5 and have to deal with big and tall Miles Turner. I don't want him to have to deal with that. So and then Al Horford, he helps with the shooting. This is why they miss KP. Yesterday would really show why I don't think they need KP against the Pacers, but when it comes to finals, if it's the Mavericks or the Timberwolves, they are going to need him. They're definitely going to need him. So because he shoots the three. He's one of the best rim protectors in the league. Al Horford, he's just not this rim protector, and his shooting, which has probably been his best thing, he hasn't been really a consistent shooter. So that hurts them. And he is kind of old, but he's playing good as an old guy. He is playing good. So that's another thing. The Celtics, I think they'll play better in game 2. Now, game 2s have been the ones that they have lost, because game 1 was the game where they probably should have lost, but the Pacers kind of choked it. So they gotta play better, get better consistent shooting, but you'll take it. They played decent. As overall, they played decent. Could they play better? Yeah. Because the Pacers ain't gonna stop you on defense. They're just gonna try and outscore you and push the pace on you. And that's just how the Pacers roll. But I think the Celtics, if they want to play at that same pace, they can. But you got to keep it at a half-court game, though. You can't be doing all that, and that inserts injury. The Pacers are looking out. They're looking to run. The Celtics aren't. So I think the Pacers, I still got them in 6, so they go win at least 2 games. But I do think if they do lose this game, could it go 5? Probably. But I think the Pacers will win at least 2 games. Don't know where it's gonna be at, but they'll win 2 games. And the Celtics will be okay. I think they should win this series. And that's why I got Celtics in 6. So they played decent, but they could have played better, man. So that's it for this little reaction to the Boston Celtics and the Pacers in game 1 of the Eastern Conference Finals. I will see y'all tomorrow.